Parameter validation is a critical concept in PowerShell that helps you write robust and reliable functions. When you create functions that accept parameters, you want to ensure that the data passed into those parameters is correct and meets your requirements. Parameter validation attributes provide a declarative way to enforce these requirements at the parameter level before your function logic even executes. This approach makes your code cleaner, safer, and easier to maintain. There are 4 compelling reasons to validate parameters in your PowerShell functions. First, validation prevents invalid data from entering your functions, stopping problems before they start. Second, it helps your functions fail fast with clear error messages, making debugging much easier. Third, validation reduces the need for defensive code inside your function body, keeping your main logic clean and focused. Finally, validation attributes serve as self-documentation, clearly showing other developers what kind of input your parameters expect. These benefits combine to create more maintainable and reliable code. The ValidateNotNull attribute is one of the simplest yet most useful validation attributes. It ensures that a parameter cannot be null when passed to your function. In this example, the getUserInfo function requires a username parameter. By adding ValidateNotNull, PowerShell will automatically throw an error if someone tries to call this function with a null value for username. This saves you from writing manual null checks inside your function and provides immediate feedback to the caller about what went wrong. The ValidateRange attribute is perfect for numeric parameters that must fall within specific boundaries. This attribute takes 2 arguments, a minimum value and a maximum value. In the setVolume function shown here, the level parameter must be an integer between 0 and 100. If someone tries to pass -50 or 200, PowerShell will reject the input before the function runs. This is particularly useful for parameters like percentages, ratings, or any numeric input with natural limits. ValidateSet is incredibly useful when you want to limit a parameter to a specific set of allowed values. This attribute takes an array of acceptable values. In the setEnvironment function, the name parameter can only be dev, test, or prod. Any other value will be rejected. This is excellent for parameters that should only accept predefined options, similar to an enumeration. It also provides tab completion, making it easier for users to discover valid values when using your function interactively. The ValidateLength attribute ensures that string parameters meet minimum and maximum length requirements. It takes 2 arguments, the minimum length and the maximum length. In this new password function, the password parameter must be between 8 and 20 characters long. Any string shorter than 8 characters or longer than 20 characters will be rejected. This is particularly useful for passwords, usernames, codes, or any text input where length matters for security or business rules. ValidatePattern uses regular expressions to validate that a string parameter matches a specific pattern. This is extremely powerful for validating formatted data like email addresses, phone numbers, or custom identifiers. In the addEmailaddress function, the email parameter must match a regular expression pattern for email addresses. The pattern checks for word characters followed by an @ symbol, followed by a domain name and extension. If the input doesn't match this pattern, validation fails. This ensures you only process properly formatted email addresses. ValidateScript is the most flexible validation attribute because it lets you write custom validation logic using a script block. The script block receives the parameter value through the $_ variable and must return true or false. In this test file exists function, ValidateScript uses the testPath command to verify that the file path actually exists on the system before the function runs. If the path doesn't exist, validation fails. You can put any PowerShell logic inside ValidateScript, making it perfect for complex validation scenarios that other attributes cannot handle. One of the most powerful features of parameter validation is that you can stack multiple validation attributes on the same parameter. They are evaluated in order from top to bottom. In this setPriority function, the level parameter uses both ValidateNotNull and ValidateRange. First, PowerShell checks that the value is not null, then it verifies the value is between 1 and 5. This layered approach lets you build sophisticated validation rules by combining simple validators. You can use as many validation attributes as needed to ensure your parameters meet all requirements. Let's review the key concepts about parameter validation. First, validation attributes catch errors early, before your function logic executes, making your code more reliable and easier to debug. Second, choose the right validator for your data type and requirements, whether that's ValidateRange for numbers, ValidatePattern for formatted strings, or ValidateSet for predefined options. Third, don't hesitate to stack multiple validators when you need comprehensive validation rules. Finally, keep your validation logic declarative and clear by using these built-in attributes rather than writing manual checks inside your function body. Mastering parameter validation is essential for writing professional PowerShell functions.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.